Here we are. It's another Monday. Down Outlands. Let's not fiddle around today. Let's go around the table, introduce thyselves and your beautiful, beautiful characters.
Hello, I am Shannon. I am currently playing Savannah, who is an Imbolite, and occasionally Charity Momart, who at one point was an artificer. I'm not sure what the hell she is right now, so we're just going to roll with that.
She's a hungry gal.
She's just a real hungry gal. Just real hungry. She's hungry.
Hungry gal. She's not your bug, pal. Bug, pal.
You better give him a point of inspo for that right now.
I don't have any yet for this character.
I don't know.
Mark that on the board.
Would that be give or take away? I'm not sure.
How dare you?
Same team.
Come on.
Rude.
Same team as far as you know.
Triple H, what's your problem?
Well,
I don't need Shawn Michaels. He was holding me back.
there's only one way to solve this: a self-build 60-minute match at WrestleMania.
Anywho.
Triple H Batista, sure, this should take like 15 minutes. No!
I thought we weren't screwing around, but here we are. That's what we do.
This is a shoot, brother.
Yep. All right, I am Nate, your D&D ringer, playing Otterkin Rogue, Warlock, Twig Swift Strike.
I'm Cassandra. I'm playing Amulet Sticky Fingers, who is everyone's favorite Kender Barbarian.
I'm Warrior. I play Akko, who's a dead gnoll.
Oh.
He is!
Makes me sad when you say it like that, though.
He's thriving, but he's dead.
He's unalived.
Speaking of Ryan and characters.
All big dogs go to him.
Oh.
We begin tonight moving our lens into the world of Cronus before it was decimated. The world is a mad mixture of high tech and magic. The technology borders on magical, and the magic borders on technology. Some of you have seen it early in your meeting with Victor and seeing some of the tools of the trade that he had, and these being mere trinkets compared to large elementally powered dirigibles and monorails shifting around, constructed out of smooth steel. The sheer amount of artificial life moving through the fields teeming with bioelectricity being harvested from small engineered animals. And it's a world that's not absent of visitors. It's one that is welcoming, because every visitor, there's the potential for them to add to the collective knowledge. So when a group of GIF crash landed, there wasn't much hubbub or to do over it. They were pretty much welcomed into the fold and immersed into society. Now, as things went along and generations passed, the name Burnside began to me something that was associated with strong military engineering. And while Cronus did have its conflicts, not many were going on. Most were rather subtle. But some of it was simply a fear of mutually assured destruction because of the implements being developed. And that's why when the beasts were funneled onto Cronus, it was shock, it was terrifying. And as that continued to occur, there was a resignation as the monsters, the kaiju, retreated back into their portals, that was the good part of what was occurring. As a wave of inky black was enveloping everything, a cacophony of noises in almost a chorus, a song of words that had never been spoken, made of letters that didn't exist, slowly eating away the edges of reality, unmaking everything. And that's where Atticus and Marguerite Burnside find themselves standing on the edge of a military platform, one closed down years ago, one where Atticus and Marguerite had been tinkering. Atticus building what he would refer to as the Bullet, a vessel. Hopefully at one point thought to maybe send out items, hoping to crack into the astral sea to see what the other Burnsides were doing that hadn't crashed. But in this moment of desperation and seeing friends, coworkers, and even some family alike becoming almost magically resigned to their fate of nothingness, they knew they had to act. So they found their son. They grabbed what belongings could fit. And they shut themselves in this experimental pod. And as the final lights of the living as well as technology begin to extinguish on Cronus, they launched themselves out of the crystal sphere and into the blind eternities. They don't know how long they traveled. They don't know where they traveled. Bathed in the unknown as well as the energies inherent in the far realm, they sped into, well, into the very unknown itself. And for some reason, maybe fate, they crash through the far realm itself into liminal space, crashing on one of the small archipelagos near where most of your characters live. Anytime someone makes that sort of journey through that sort of experience and crashes into somewhere that they shouldn't know exists, there's going to be trepidation. So none of you were aware of this until now. As Eric Montgomery brings the newest student into the primary meeting hall where all three schools combine, Eric makes it ostensibly that he's also reminding everyone, I am now a counselor. I'm no longer a student. So if you need to get a hold of me, you can find my office hours. You can reach out to me. I'm generally around. I'll be on campus. The only times I ask that I am left alone for me time is if I'm in my quarters. You can simply leave a message, or if I am in educational consult with the head of the school. Oh, and yes, we have another student. I'd like to introduce you all to Montgomery Burnside.
Greetings, citizens. We come in peace. Monty is this 4 foot tall, very rotund little butterball with a gif. He's about 9 years old. He's wearing a tailcoat and a button shirt and some trousers with boots. They all look kind of standard issue, but they have been augmented with a special kind of technology from his planet. So where there would normally be stitched filigree, epaulets, a tie, a belt, it's all glowing, sort of kind of a neon glow rather than stitching. He's also wearing a red helmet, like the old Voltron helmets where it's like a red helmet and then there's like the visor that you can see through, and then like the bottom of the face is, so he's got like his big snout is coming out from where the visor is on the Voltron helmet, and it's real, but it has little nubbins on the top like Shrek for his ears to fit into. And he also has a blunderbuss attached to his back that is about the size of him. And yeah, he greets you. He's like, well, greetings, citizens. And he sort of stands there expectantly.
Some of the older kids are kind of looking around like, what? How obvious is Monty's clothes to Cronus?
What would he be?
Is it pretty standard fare?
It's pretty standard. It's fairly standard fare. His clothes, if anyone is familiar with Cronus, they would know that his clothes are sort of run down. Like they're, they probably got him at a thrift store or something. They're not super high quality clothes. There's definitely not like up to date fashion wise. The Arcano tech is fairly common. It's becoming a little bit trendy. So yeah, it wouldn't be wild to someone who's familiar with that.
So as people are kind of like not sure what to make of it, and some of the poopier kids, Bosana Bumblecup is kind of like
Twig will step up. Hi, I'm Twig.
Before Twig can do that, actually Victor steps up and says, "Where did you get those clothes?"
From home.
Where's
where do you get your clothes? Cronus.
Kind of takes a step back and he puts his hand over his mouth and he kind of looks around the room and everyone's like kind of confused, and he mob hugs you. He almost knocks you over. If you weren't so round, you would be on your back, but you're such a low center of gravity that you just kind of like don't move.
Oh.
And this goes on uncomfortably long before Twig introduces himself to kind of cut through the
I need an adult.
weird overlong hugging.
I need an adult.
This is Victor.
Hi, Victor. I'm Monty.
He stands up and he's kind of wiping his face and he just walks out of the room.
Bye.
I'm pretty sure he's from where you're from, so he's a little emotional.
Sure. Yeah, it's been pretty emotional. My world got destroyed, so probably pretty upset about it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Do you still have a world?
I'm pretty sure. Most of my family's here now, though.
Do you want to be friends?
Sure.
Okay. Best friends
Beautiful.
now.
That's exactly how 9 and 10-year-olds become friends, though.
It
Do
is.
you want to be
That's what
friends? Yes.
that's what makes it so beautiful. Amulet, Savannah, is there anything you want to do while this kind of uncomfortable but kind of heartwarming scene is going on?
I'm wondering if the Tabaxi boy is around. She's looking around for the Tabaxi boy.
He is. I want you to make me a perception check.
Okay. That is a 16.
You're seeing him and he's kind of looking down and you feel this set of eyes on you burning a hole through you. And you turn and you look and there's a tiny Tabaxi girl just glaring at you with a grimace on her face that exposes who are we accidentally stabbing tonight? We're about to find out. Showing off one of her fangs and just staring bullets at you.
They look like their eyes hurt. Why are they so narrow? I do not understand. I have made them cookies.
So as everyone's kind of talking and doing their thing, this young Tabaxi walks directly up to Savannah. And you're not big, but she's much smaller than you. And she pokes you in your metal chest and says, I don't know who you think you are, but you stabbed my brother. And the only person that gets to stab my brother, she looks around and she goes, would be me. And maybe my friend Charity, but she's not here. So, I'm telling you now, I don't know what is her name? And you just see
She tries to like
her
raise
brother shrinking lower and lower inside of himself. Like, oh God, what has happened?
She kind of like slowly holds the board up with her name and like leans over to like kind of look at where the boy is and just like
She sees it and she goes, oh, that's a really pretty name. My name's Kit. And she puts her hand out to shake.
takes her hand, shakes.
She pulls it away and she looks at it and she goes, I'm still mad at you. And then turns and walks away.
People are very complicated.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they are. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Doing it poorly, I might add, because we are going to be doing a roommate lottery.
Oh.
Hopefully not a lethal lottery.
God damn you.
You and me were going into Thunderdome, Daddy.
Let me tell you something, baby. It don't be no boo like Thabu, Daddy.
I shouldn't have done that voice. It gave Monty a little bit of a lisp, but now I'm going to be trying not to do Dusty Rhodes.
Oh. Lord have mercy, it's a Dusty Rhodes, the bull of the woods, if you will.
No fighting it, baby.
You can't fight it. You can't even run away from this, Daddy. It's It's the thrill of it all. It's the death of the road. All right. Anyway, so everyone's kind of intermingling at this point. You can notice that Erland is kind of like saddled up closer where Amulet is, and he's like, "Hey,
What's up?
He turns and looks at you. He's like, "What are you? No. He says, you seen Krellis anywhere?"
Not recently. You looking for him?
Her.
Her. Sorry.
I mean,
Her.
no, not really. I'm just, just didn't, see it around or anything. But you might know. You always got your ear to the ground, always listening, always knowing. So,
Do you want me? If I see her, do you want me to tell her you're looking for her?
no.
Are you sure?
No.
Maybe she wants to know.
No.
Do you want me to give her a message?
No, I'm good.
You tell her to
I'm
come
gonna
find
go.
you?
I'm gonna go over there. You made this really weird.
Oh, do you want me to yell for you if I see her?
I thought we were friends, and he just walks away.
I will.
Also, head
I'm
kind of
just
down,
trying to
like
help you out.
muttering.
I'd scream after him. I'm just trying to help you out.
About that time, Krellis does come in, being flanked by Ms. Broom, who is like, apparently we have someone who is sleeping patterns have not fully adjusted to what we do here. And Krellis kicks over a chair and then sits on it completely wrong. And just starts fiddling with a big knife as she's wont to do. Twig, what are you doing right now? Are you, besides talking to Monty, your new best friend?
I'm going to tell Monty. Hello, Richard Gorman Amulet. She's my other best friend.
Okay. Go.
Hey, Amulet. So we'll walk over there. Hello, this is Monty.
Hi, Monty.
Hi, Monty.
Hi.
Do you like snacks?
Yeah, snacks are good.
I give him half of one of my pastries from my pocket.
Oh, thanks. I like Linty cupcakes.
No, it was wrapped in paper. It's okay.
It's
just bought
fine.
it.
It's cool. It's
I
really
just
nice
bought
of you.
it too.
That's nice of you to give me a snack. Appreciate it. You want to be friends?
Let's be friends. I love it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
great. I have so many friends.
Yeah,
My
we're all
first
friends.
day, and I got like all the friends.
Do you have more friends? We got another friend over there.
Yeah, more friends are good.
Let's go. I'll walk over to Savannah.
Okay.
Hi, Savannah.
Vanna, students who you kind of know but not really are now like checking into what you're doing. While this is going on, Josh Bigsby is talking to Eric over in the corner very aggressively in the fashion of like disbelief about his teaching skills and accreditation. Savannah, what are you doing? This is like, are you still trying to go talk to Ink? Are you what is kind of your plan here?
Now I feel as though I am going to need to reevaluate before I attempt to hand him the cookies. Because the small one seems to be irritated with me in some fashion. I would like to address that. That seems to be the larger issue at hand. Therefore, I will take the cookies that I have crafted and hand them out to my friends.
Cookies for everyone? Oh man, big day, Monty. You're getting snacks from like all over the
Hey,
place.
everybody, thank you for the cookies. I'm Monty.
I take
those
two.
cookies
I eat
look
one. I
toasty.
put one in a pocket.
Do you want to be friends? Cool.
So many friends.
Shake the hand.
Pretty good handshake.
I am making many friends. This is a good day.
It's a good day.
How tall is Monty?
He's like 4 feet tall. He's small for a GIF his age.
He's
Okay.
like as round as he is tall.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to know if he was close to me or like way above
Yeah.
me.
No, his body is like he's like BB-8 with arms and legs. He's
Yes. I like it. Be friends with that.
So, about that time, Eric says, as part of what, yes, Josh, I'll talk to you more about this later. So I'm sure some of you are wondering how we're going to handle our living arrangements. I know it's been hectic, kind of all living in halls together. We're going to continue that, but you're going to be divided up into your schools. By the way, Monty, we can talk about which school you would like to join.
Okay.
But in order to make things as cohesive as possible, after talking with the headmistress extensively, like I mean a lot, like over and over again, whenever she wants to talk to me, I'm available. You can tell her I said that. I think we're going to try this thing that we did at summer camp when I was a kid. We are going to put our students together in pods. So we're going to do it by lottery because I think it's the only fair way to do it, but you're going to stay in your halls. So we're going to put 2 upper class folks together with a lower class, younger kids. You're not lower, you're just younger. And you'll be assigned rooms that way.
Sure.
So let's start with what I think, in my unbiased view, is the best school, is the best hall, and that's Steel and Sphere. In the Steel and Sphere, you kind of he kind of has your group move over there, and this is Amulet, Savannah, Ink, Victor, Erland, Ivar, Krellis, and then the underclass folks are Joshua, son of Ingol, and Tika. He kind of walks over while you guys are all kind of standing there, and he says, I'm going to give you an opportunity now to, you upperclassmen, if you have a roommate that you feel very comfortable with, to kind of see if that would work for you. And then we can do the lottery with those people who don't pair up. Does anyone, Savannah or Amulet, kind of see someone they would like to room with, I guess, is what I'm asking you as players.
Are we upperclassmen?
Yeah, you're older kids.
I thought we were the younger ones.
No,
oh,
you're
hell yeah.
no, you're
Oh.
older. You're older than most of the kids.
Hell yeah. Everybody give me your lunch.
Give me your lunch money. I got more pockets for snacks. Give me your food. What were the names again? We could do it one more time. Sorry. Totally different perspective now that I know that I can pick.
How about you put it in the chat?
If you
That
want.
makes it easier for me.
That works. But no, for real, give me your lunch.
She just holds up her sign, just says lunch.
Yeah, that's all it says. Lunch. I can't eat it, but lunch.
Does this have to be girl? Can it be mixed?
You can be whatever you want.
Hell yeah.
I kind of want to see Savannah and Ink be.
She would want that, honestly.
You gonna go over and try to talk to it, or try to communicate with them?
Yes. Ugh, I need this voice modulator immediately. It is so frustrating.
So what are you doing?
Walking over with the remainder of like 2 cookies that are left and offering them to him and his sister.
His sister is not in this group.
Oh, she left. Oh.
She's in
Offering
the group.
him the last 2 cookies as a peace offering.
He kind of looks around and he kind of goes, "Well, you didn't poison these, did you?" And he kind of smiles.
Mm-mm.
He laughs and he kind of sticks to his mouth. He goes, "These are really good. Thank you." So about the whole, like, stabbing me thing. I had some time to like talk to Miss Broom, and she said that you just may not have understood what was going on fully.
She like nods so emphatically that like a spring comes loose.
He's like, "Whoa," and he catches it really fast and he goes, "I think this is yours." So like my sister is kind of intense sometimes, but she means well. So just I would be cool like being friends. Just if you're thinking like and you don't understand something next time, like just ask. Don't like please don't stab me again. That was terrible. Yeah, especially not in the neck. Don't stab me in the neck.
She writes
That would be terrible. Like I
if
would
a
die.
nimble
from
right
that.
could I roll? She she writes down can't verbally communicate and shows him.
Oh yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb of me. I should yeah, I knew that. Well, we'll figure it out then because we're in the same hall and stuff. Yeah, me and you are in the same hall. Yeah, cool. He just does this with his beans. It's kind of like
The beans.
with his little beans. Are any of you trying to actively then get a roommate besides Savannah's kind of very cute? Like you could pick me.
Sorry for stabbing you.
No, I'm open to the lottery.
Okay.
Emily thinks everybody's her friend, so
They are.
everyone's her friend. Everyone's gonna want to live with her. It's cool. It's cool.
Okay. So I would like Savannah and Amulet. I want you to roll me. I would like you to roll me a d6.
Ooh.
I'm on it.
That's a 2.
5.
Okay. It's going to be Amulet and Erlin. Savannah and Victor. Savannah, roll me a d3, please.
Oh God. That's a 3.
Your underclass person is Tika.
Tika. Yay.
And
I can't carry that baby.
Amulet, roll me a d2, please.
A 2?
And you get to use your little flippy die, boy.
I know, and I struggle with that. I got a 1. Kind of flipped it, sort of.
You and Erlin's roommate is Joshua Bixby.
Just a real boy.
Just a real boy. He's everyone's favorite real boy.
Just a normal child.
He's my favorite real boy.
Runny Inc. and Ivar and Son of Ungal are together, and Krellis goes without. She's like, good. I didn't want to room with any of you anyway.
Did you see the chat where Ryan said he thought Monty would be in Steel and Sphere as well.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Mm.
Monty's in Steel and Sphere,
Krellis
so
class.
Monty and Krellis, huh?
What he like goes
She,
up Krellis.
she,
It's like,
she like walks up to you. She kind of glares down at you because she is like, first of all, she's dressed very inappropriately in your eyes. Plus, she is frighteningly buff. And she goes, "New kid,
what?
this is going to go real easy for you, okay?
Okay.
No one gets to push you around. Do you understand?
Yeah, okay. That sounds good.
Except for me.
Wait, what?
Except for me.
Wait, what?
Are you good at folding laundry?
No.
You're going to learn.
My mommy folds my laundry.
No.
What?
You're going to learn to fold laundry. Also, tons of fun. We're going to get some of that extra weight off you, and she slaps your belly really hard.
What is wrong with you? That's really mean.
What's wrong with me is I'm getting
It's really mean.
I'm getting saddled with the weak link, and I don't like it.
Oh,
I
hey,
was much happier before you got here. Then I
hey,
would have got my own room.
hey,
No roommate
hey,
at all. And I
hey,
could have done whatever
hey,
I wanted whenever I wanted.
hey, 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 hey,
She like stops and looks back down at you, and she goes,
hey,
"Don't do that.
hey,
Don't do it.
hey,
Don't do it."
hey.
She grabs the chair she's sitting on and she just destroys it.
She destroys the chair.
Yeah.
Okay, that seems really extreme. Hey, I wanted to ask you a question.
She's like, you've never seen someone this angry. Like she is having a complete and utter meltdown, looking for something to throw at you besides chair pieces.
Hey, hey,
Stop.
hey.
Stop.
Hey.
She grabs one of the chair legs and she raises it and she starts to swing down at you. And Eric grabs her hand and they tussle a little bit and he pulls her away. And you can see that she is yelling at him in a language you do not know.
I don't know that language. It doesn't sound very nice though.
Unless you
Really?
do speak Goblin.
No.
Okay. She is just going off.
I don't think I should room with that person. They seem very unstable.
Well, I mean, like if you'd stop antagonizing her, she would be
I wasn't
okay.
antagonizing anybody. They were being really
She
mean.
would- She's like not that bad. Like
They was being
right?
really mean.
Amulet, right? She's not that bad.
They're really mean. They said I had to fold their laundry. I don't even know.
I
how
mean,
to
I
do
don't know if she's that cool yet, but
it. I'm 9. That's exploitation of child labor.
You weren't laboring unless you call huh.
No,
I-
it's the laundry thing.
And Erlen walks away as well.
What's with people here? Everyone was nice.
Josh
Did
Bixby,
I run out of
Josh
nice
Bixby
people?
goes, I thought you were just trying to ask an honest question.
Thank you. I was just trying to answer an honest question.
I think as people get older, they become more impatient.
I think you're right.
Like
think
my
you're
parents
totally
can be pretty impatient sometimes, but it's usually about things like, hey, Josh, clean your room. And I'm like, I'll get to it, Mom and Dad.
Right.
Right now, there's trees to be chopped down.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Josh,
important.
it's time to go to bed. I'm not tired, Mom and Dad. I
Right.
don't really understand why I have to go to bed right now.
Well, you get it. It's like
I
it's
do.
like it'll happen, just not in the order that you're asking for. But that's okay because the people have different ways of doing things at different times. That's valid.
This guy gets it.
See, Josh gets it. Hey, Josh, do you want to be friends?
Yes, I would love to be friends with you.
Great, let's be friends.
My
Be a
name is
roommate,
Joshua
maybe like-
Bixby.
Hi, Joshua Bixby. Do you want to be roommates? So I don't have to be roommate with the mean, inappropriately dressed person who wants me to do
Yeah.
laundry.
Erlen comes back over, looks at Amulet, and he goes, no.
So what?
He's like behind Monty. He's like, no.
What? No what?
Oh, the dance, hand jive. You don't know it here, but Where I come
I-
from, it's
I know
all the
you're there.
rage.
What?
Ivar, Running Ink, and Son of Ungal are all kind of just standing watching you guys apart, and they're like, Ivar's like, I feel like I got a pretty good cut of the letter here. It could have been much worse.
It's worth.
All right, over to the stealth and song. After Eric finishes his intense argument and actually has Krellis removed from the room, he goes over to the stealth and song group,
Single room, baby.
and he does the same thing. Is there anyone here that already feels like a strong connection, or feels like they would be a good roommate with any of these individuals?
What are my options?
Twig, I'll put it in the chat, but it's your upperclassmen group is the Great I Am, Bliss, Chicken, Bosana, Doris, Rosine, and your lower class are Shell and Kit.
All right. Well, Ed Bliss, want to be roomies?
Twig, I would love to, but I think this is a good time for me to kind of stretch my wings and like spend time with other people.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I've been talking a little bit to my counselor already, and he feels like it'd be a good idea if I, it's been a hard time lately, so he feels like it'd be a good time if maybe I, tried to form some other relationships with people.
Oh, okay. I get it. That's cool.
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. She kind of looks like very embarrassed.
That's all
Charlie
right.
wanders over and like tugs on this is like skirt or whatever. Hey, 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 hey.
She looks down at you and she says,
Hey.
she gets down on one knee and she goes, yes,
Hi.
yes,
I heard what you were saying
Yes.
about forming.
yes,
New.
yes,
Are you using reverse
Yes.
psychology on me right now?
yes. And then she stands up and smiles, and you can hear Bosana Bumblecup giggling as she walks over, grabs Bliss by the hand, and says, I found my roommate.
Oh. Okay. You were just talking about forming new relationships. I was going to see if you want to be friends, but that's okay. You can have other friends if you want.
And they scoop up Shell as their underclassman, who Twig and you have a reasonably good relationship with Shell right now.
Right. That's all right.
Bye.
So then Kit's the only underclassman left, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Kit, is that right?
Yeah.
Looks like it's you and me.
Well, yeah, but like, we're supposed to be another older kid. It's not just you and me.
Well, yeah.
So who's the other older kid gonna be?
I don't know if I know anybody that well.
It's the Great I Am, Doris, Rosine, and Chicken.
Which, well, let's do the lottery to get the last one there.
Yep. I would like you to roll a D4.
2.
Chicken it is.
Excellent. Hi, Chicken. I'm Twig.
Twig.
Yep, that's me.
Chicken.
Good to meet you. This is Kit.
Good meet you, Kit. The great I am, Doris and Rosine will room together, even though they're all upper class. And then I will figure out the other one on my own. So at this point, you are all shown to your rooms. You've been kind of staying in large communal areas and your halls. And you're kind of given the green light to kind of decorate. So for Stealth and Song, when you get to your hall, trying to find this person on my list. Sorry, give me a second. I'm a really poor DM tonight. Apologies.
No, you're not. Don't talk that way about my friend.
Seriously.
When you get to your hall, you find that there is a drow-looking individual lounging in one of the chairs.
Is it someone that I recognize?
One of the teachers.
Hey, I'm Twig.
You know who you are. I know all of you are. I'm very excited to have you all under my direct tutelage. As I will be the patron of the hall. My name is Magnus Kruzelf. Now, before anyone panics, as I know drow have a bad reputation, some of it's warranted. Most of it, I would say, is not, but that's just my perspective. I'm here to assist all of you in what sort of academic journey you're on. This also means I will make requirements of you of small deeds and tasks I would like accomplished.
Is there like a job board?
Oh no, nothing so pedestrian, Twig. This will be more, think of it as fun. Fun little, let's call them jobs.
Like
If you
what?
do well, I will make sure that you are compensated. It's a great question. I haven't had time to think about what exactly I'd like to see first. But since you're so inquisitive, Mr. Swiftstrike, once I do, you'll be the first to know.
All right.
Until then, clean this place up. I want it spotless. Because you're all here to learn about how to best utilize your environment and your particular set of skills. So one of the best things you can learn quickly is leave no trace. And he walks by the fireplace on the way out and kicks it, and soot goes everywhere. Ta-ta for now.
Oh, well, that's not fair.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice, when you make it to your hall, you see a very underdressed human-looking male doing one-handed push-ups.
I can't do those.
Oh, didn't see you there. Just getting my early evening exercise in. Felix is the name. I am here to help all of you become incredible heroes of legend, just like me. Some of you don't quite have all of the same attributes that I was born with. Some of you also have parents who actually care about you. But we won't talk about my issues right now. We're here to talk about you. I just need a second. Oh, it's been a rough year. This is the best house, and I'll tell you why it's going to be the best house. Because we're going to form the best team, and we're going to support one another. And he kind of looks around, I'm going to take you on the best field trips. But for us to have field trips, Amulet, you know this. Discretion. I've learned that I used to just call it being quiet. Now I've learned the word discretion.
It's also called secrets.
We don't use the S word here. Fair? Discretion.
Okay.
All right, excellent. So the first thing to do in order for us to be as prepared as possible is we need to get some fuel in our bodies. And he has some assistant come in and cast Hero's Feast. Let's get down to business! Also, who here can drink? Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
look at
Can I
all the
switch
dust-
houses?
Yeah, no kidding. So I take it, Twig and Amulet, you both kind of go home at times to see your family. Monty, the same thing. Savannah, actually, as well. Savannah, your kind of makeshift family from the Heartless is now living in an establishment. We'll just call it an establishment. Towards the top of liminal space called the Dry Dock. For lack of a better term, it is a bar. Your other non-family but hive is located in the hive itself. Who do you prefer to spend your time with?
I would probably divide it between the two.
Okay.
But if we're talking about just today, probably up to visit the larger group as opposed to the hive.
Okay. So you make your way to the Dry Dock. You can see, actually you walk there with Son of Ungal, who's going to see his father, who has actually been operating an old dwarven forge outdoor next to the Dry Dock.
Ooh.
Taking a lot of the leftover parts and broken goods from the Heartless and forging them into interesting, both functional pieces as well as just art.
Awesome.
As you're kind of walking, Ungal kind of looks at you as you're walking, looks up at you and says, "One of the things that I appreciate most about you is we can have silence, and neither of us feels the need to fill it."
She grabs her little thing and writes down, "I literally have no choice," and shows it.
And he kind of stops you for a second, and he looks at your board, and he wipes it, and he writes, "Yes, you do." And he holds the sign up towards you.
If she could smile, she would. She
My
just
fa-
kind of
my-
nods.
My father would say, because you currently cannot, doesn't mean you do not. And he kind of looks at you and he kind of straightens himself up and he starts his little march back towards the Dry Dock. So you get there. Is there anybody you're looking for when you arrive?
Not in particular. Just kind of want to check up on everybody and make sure they're doing okay.
You make it inside, and it's what's kind of been your main point of contact has been Etiquus, and he's sitting there and he's cleaning glasses and talking to a potted plant very quietly. And he goes, Savannah, how are you today? Looking lovely as always. What brings you home? I figured you'd be running the streets wild with your little friends.
She erases, writes, shows him, running is unsafe. I have been told so by teachers.
Don't let them all. I'm a teacher, and I'll tell you this. Don't let them all tell you things that aren't true. Running is running. Now, if you're running carrying a pair of scissors, or he kind of smiles real big and says, a knife, maybe running isn't as good an idea. Because I heard what you did to Red's kid in class.
She races and like frantically writes, it's really sloppy. Accident. She underlines it like this.
He laughs and he goes, those will happen. Your dad made lots of accidents. Some of them I think were purposeful. One time, he set the entire poop deck on fire with a bunch of old oil. It took me 3 weeks at least to get enough plant life to repair the air in the ship, and we were out on a long haul. I think it might be best if you go try to talk to the captain. She's been I don't know. I've never seen her like this. And, I don't know what to do. We've all tried a little bit of everything, but since we lost the ship and we lost some of our friends, she's been pretty inconsolable, except for being consoled by that bottle.
She kind of pats him on the arm and goes to find the captain.
There's a large room. It's just a mess and smells of alcohol and not other good things. Do you just want to knock? Or you want to go in? What do you want to do? The door's slightly ajar.
Probably knock, 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 and then
If that isn't a bottle of rum, I don't want it.
She kind of just like looks around, kicks some things out of the way, and lets herself in.
Hey, look, Miss a little marionette good.
She kind of brushes some things aside and starts like making her way over.
There is water all over the floor.
Can I identify where it is coming from?
One thing you do know is Norhand is a water genasi.
Yeah, that would explain it.
Better be careful, little Miss Steel Britches. Eeny and meeny get real hungry. I don't even bother to feed them. Don't care. They had the doorknob last week, and Etiquus was so pissed off.
She writes down. She kind of like first she looks around and she grabs a few things and kind of stacks them to avoid and get out of the water a little bit.
Make me a perception check.
Oh, perfect. That's a 14.
As you're stacking, you see 2 rat-sized rust monsters, both like sitting and just watching you.
I'm gonna stack that a little taller, and then get up.
As you stack, they kind of both turn their heads simultaneous, like in that inquisitive dog look.
She'll write down. You seem to be in distress.
Well, I'm stuck here with my siblings. No, dad. Dad is in hell. I don't know why and what he's doing, but I don't. He just ran away. My ship's broken. It's broken. My crew is the ones that aren't dead are acting like this is the best thing that's ever happened. Oh, look, I got a job. We had a job. And Peerless is dead. So, woo! Distress.
Things that were broken can be repaired.
Did you see the ship got stepped on by a giant skeleton monster? It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. You are too much like Drop. Oh, I can fix it. I'll fix it. I fix it. He couldn't fix this. He isn't here to fix it anyway. He used to fix the ship. Oh, even when he broke it, he fixed it, and if we fix it, he just go wherever. I'm not fixing no more.
No, he cannot fix it anymore. He is gone.
Dead. He's dead. Yeah, cut in half. He's dead. At least we could bury him. He's dead. We couldn't even find all of Peerless's parts. He's dead. If there's one thing I can actually teach you is you should listen. Is people die. Loss is permanent. Can't be fixed. We're not like you. We can't just put a cog in and turn it. You know, I envy you. I envy you. You should go away before I say something I'll regret.
She steps down, kind of ignoring the rust monsters, and walks over to the wall.
They like jump down and they kind of circle at your feet. And they're just kind of looking at you somewhat expectantly.
I kind of glance down at them. She'll put one hand on the wall and pull out her chalk. And she's going to make an entrance into Father's lab.
It takes a little bit for Norhan to kind of even realize what's going on. And she looks at it, she kind of looks at you, and she looks very confused, like completely befuddled.
She'll write down, even when you think things cannot be fixed, there is always a way. And she holds out the chalk.
She takes the chalk. Did you open the door, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
She takes the chalk and she kind of walks over. She breaks it in half, puts half in your hand, and then she walks inside the workshop.
Is there anything in this room that like the rust monsters could eat and not?
Yeah, there's little things, there's trinkets, and I mean you don't know what if the trinkets have any value, actual or sentimental, or you know, there's her weapons, her pieces of her belt. There's stuff around.
Do they
just
appear
haven't
to
eaten
be
it.
in distress?
They appear to be very hungry. That's right. Listen to me, Justin McElroy, my way through that
That's
water.
yeah. Good job. Grip it and rip it.
Some of us make really gross mouth sounds when we drink.
Are there still like chunks of metal down? I would assume that there's pieces of something that I could feed them.
Yeah.
Down at the ship.
Down at the ship, yeah, there's probably some.
So they're hungry. Is there anything? Probably would be unwise to feed them anything of the captain's, because that would make the captain very irritable. And now the captain appears to not be irritable, but is some other relation that I cannot understand. Therefore, is there something nearby that is not the captain's that we could feed the rust monsters?
You see a diadem that's definitely not the captain's. It looks like it belongs to someone else just by the markings on it.
It's fancy.
Not fancy. This is very, very utilitarian. It's also half broken. Like, it looks like it's been somewhat crunched.
It seems as though it would be unwise to feed them said item, though. I'm going to go for a walk and look for metal to feed them.
You gonna leave the door open? Like, let her, because she only has chalk. She does not have a key.
I'll peek in first for a moment.
She is just sort of walking around and just kind of touching stuff. Not even inquisitively, almost like there's just this, like, if you have ever been around when someone has passed and you walk, that you've known very well, and you walk around and their stuff is there, there's almost this kind of feeling of an inherent feeling of closeness just to having the objects near.
She'll kind of look in and just tap on the door.
It takes her a long while to turn around. And she turns around and she says, I always knew he went somewhere, but I didn't know where he was going. And he would build the weirdest things and drag them out onto the ship. And we would get stone cold drunk. And he would try to tell me how they worked. So I don't care how they work, just as long as they work, you idiot. Oh.
There's probably something in here that I could feed the rust monsters.
There's probably tons of things.
She'll kind of turn around and do one of these at the rust monsters and just call them in.
They kind of like look, they've kind of been setting, and they kind of look at each other, and they look at you, and they kind of look at each other, and then they kind of slowly, like dogs basically do, they kind of slowly move towards you very cautiously. Like, what are you trying to get us to go into a room where you're not familiar with?
She'll go to like a big crate that she knows there's a whole bunch of random crap in.
You go inside the crate, and a lot of it is just pieces from Drought's old Umber Hulk suit. That's all broken and mashed and destroyed from the dragon fight.
That's puppy chow. That's what that is.
So you throw him a piece.
Yeah, she's actually going to like find a couple of bowls and put them on the ground and then like dump big, huge chunks in the bowl.
They kind of look at you and they start looking at Norhand like they're not sure what to do. And as soon as she's like, they wait and she doesn't pay any attention to them, and they start to eat.
She'll write down, living creatures are fragile.
She looks at it and she goes, not my responsibility. Those weren't mine. And the owner of them is not going to be around to take care of them. So if you want them, you can have them.
They rely on you.
No, they don't.
They sought your approval.
It's because they can still smell him on my stuff. That's all.
I believe they have affection for you.
I don't care. I don't.
I do not understand the human propensity for lies.
Not a human. I'm not human. Don't call me human. That's an insult. I don't call you a construct or a golem.
I am a construct.
You're a Nimblewright. Different. Not the same. Just like I'm a Genasi. I'm water born. Not fire, not earth. I'm not wind. I'm water. I'm not a human.
You are ill.
I'm tired. And this conversation is making me more tired.
You cannot continue to live in such conditions. You will get sick.
I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. Did Fent send you in here thinking you're going to pull at my heartstrings and make me feel a lot better about this? That I'll take you under my wing. Okay.
You do
I
not.
already have one shitty little kid that I have to keep an eye on. And you ain't him.
The people around you are concerned for you. Does
I
their concern
don't
mean so little?
care. Don't care. You know what? Take them and get the fuck out of my room. And don't come back unless you're bringing me another case of whiskey. She throws the chalk at you. She says, keep it. I don't need it.
She catches it like really adept. Like
You ain't your dad, and you ain't fixing me.
then please remove yourself from the laboratory.
She throws her hands up, knocks some stuff out, and she stumbles out of the room. And she slams the door behind her.
Are the rust monsters okay?
Yeah, you can hear her wiping the chalk.
Bitch.
Meanwhile, down at the lake, the new residents in the area have gone to calling it Lake Nowhere, since it goes nowhere. Twig, your dad has hit the ground running, and he brought the whole kit and caboodle village with him. Some of these folks you haven't seen since you were real little. Twig, my boy, look at my beautiful boy.
Oh wow.
Home already? School's out. You coming to do a little work? Put that back into use. I've got a job for you.
Oh, I've been real busy.
Oh, come on.
There's a
Help
lot of
your old man out.
people here. Did you bring the whole village?
Well, a leader of a village is just like the leader of a small company or a union, one might say. And you don't leave people behind, especially once your glowing friend said we could die. Why would I leave any of my friends behind?
Yeah, that's fair. That would have been bad.
So that's what I want to talk about. You apparently you're connected with some of the I don't know, higher ups, whatever they want to call themselves here in this new place.
Yeah, I guess so.
Good. We who have been, farming for their food have an issue.
What's the issue?
Well, you know, those stone trotters, they don't pay any attention to where their food comes from. And they just think we're just a bunch of lily padders out here and we'll do whatever they want and they can pay us whatever they want. And, you know, I got mouths to feed out here.
So you want
You know what Gertie is charging at her little stand in order to make just enough money? Not enough, Twig. Not enough.
All right. I guess I can try to talk to somebody about it.
If you can get me in the room where decisions happen, I'll be happy to talk to him myself.
Do I think I know who would make decisions like that?
No, not at all. But you also know your dad is a determined dude, and he is already basically taken over the farming industry in liminal space. And he has brought an entire entourage of people.
All right.
He said,
I'll go
look,
see it.
look, son, and I'm going to say this quietly because I don't want your mother to hear. This place, it's beautiful. Look at this house. And your house, your parents' house is literally built into a giant tree. It's massive, and all the farmhouses they're beautiful, brand new homes. It's great. But why would I want to live here? We could have lived in town. Why are we still out here farming?
I mean, I told him that you'd want like a lake and like a river and stuff. I don't know. Maybe that was the best spot for it.
I don't know. It just seems it feels a little, judgy.
I mean, there's a lot of people to fit in here. People have to go somewhere.
Your mom comes in. She kisses your dad on the forehead and she goes, enough. Enough, 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 enough. She pulls and sits down a massive bowl of soup in front of you. She says, my boy, I am so proud of you.
Thanks, Mom.
So you hear a massive knock at the door. I thought I saw him coming up the road earlier. Oh, there he is. Apple of my eye. You see this massive gator man slide himself sideways through your door into your house. He's missing a bunch of teeth on the right side. Face is all torn up. He's wearing like makeshift overalls. He comes waddling in. Well, if it ain't my boy Twig. How you doing there, kid?
I'm getting by.
Oh, I remember when you barely fit in between these jaws.
It has been a while.
Don't worry there, Cal. We'll never eat your kid. So, what about your dad tells me that these people they're pinching the coppers a little tight.
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about that. I can see if I can talk to somebody.
Well, near as we know, you're a big deal around here.
I don't know about a big deal.
Oh, I heard tell that you flew that there boat. It crashed. I mean, I heard you didn't crash it, but I heard you flew it before it crashed.
I tried to fly it.
My grandchildren are all in an uproar over that. Oh, Twig flying a boat.
It's pretty hard.
Oh, I could never do it. It sounds pretty amazing.
I mean, I guess it's pretty cool.
Well, you don't forget where you come from there, Twig, or who your family is.
Well, of course not.
And if any of them stone trotters, they give you a hard time or they're not willing to pay their fair share, you come You come talk to old Iggy, and I'll do a little chit chat of my own.
Oh, I don't think we'll have to have you do that.
Your mom ushers Iggy and your father out onto the porch, and she sits down very exhaustedly. And she looks at you and she goes, "Don't pay no mind to them.
I
They're
don't know.
they're just scared."
I suppose I gotta find something to focus on.
Well, we all got to uproot sometimes, Twig. Sometimes the riverbed just goes shallow.
Yeah, I suppose we all have to find our own way.
Well, and that's what they're worried about. They're trying to find their way. If you can
Well.
help them at all, that'd be great. But don't listen to them. They put a lot of pressure on your brother. They put a lot of pressure on each other. And while you're in town, you better stop and at least say hello to Gertie. I heard you haven't been over to her stand yet, and that's mighty impolite of you. I raised you better than that.
Where exactly is it?
It's right in front of your big old fancy dormitory.
I've been in a rush to get to classes and everything. I haven't been paying attention. I'll have to stop by.
She kind of looks at you. She walks over and she kind of pats her stomach. She goes, "Getting thin."
I don't know. I've been running ragged.
She reaches around the counter and pulls out a massive basket. She goes,
Oh,
"I thought you might need this."
that's great.
Now,
Kinda peeks in.
I know the rules. I know you can't stay here. But if you ever want to sneak away, you know where to come.
Oh, I'll definitely come and visit.
She leans down, she kisses you on the forehead, and she says, "I am mighty proud of you, son."
Thanks, Mom.
Also, I heard you flew that boat.
I did, but kind of crashed.
Did you crash it?
I mean, it crashed on my watch.
Because I heard you didn't crash it.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on.
My boy, captain of a ship. Who'd have thunk it?
I don't know about captain.
That's what I heard. That's the
Somebody's-
word. That's the word going around.
Somebody's
these
telling
parts.
some tall tales, but
I
I
don't
won't
think so.
necessarily correct them.
Twig, you go about and you be the best you can be. Okay.
I will. I'm gonna.
You say hi to
rebuild it.
Gertie, and I expect to see you here for dinner more often than not.
For sure. Better food here than there.
Oh, you know there's better food here. She smiles. And we go to Monty. Monty, your parents are still kind of in pseudo quarantine. But like they've been set up with the lab, and they've also been kind of talking with some of these other people you don't know about what happened, because they apparently have a little bit of information about what happened to Cronus. So you come in, and there's like a large living area attached to this lab area, and your dad Atticus is just poring over papers, and your mother is looks to be tinkering with something, and she's got some tools you've never seen before.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I'm back from my first day of school where I live now, which is weird.
Your dad stands up and stretches and shuffles his papers into a very ordered stack, lays them down, puts his writing utensil on top of them, very deliberately stands up, and he says, "Look at you.
Look at me.
Standing up straight. Just a little grown man."
Do you like?
How was how was school?
Monty takes his space helmet off and puts his glasses back on, which are just two monocles held together by a bridge. And like school was great. I made lots of friends, and there were some mean people, but then they made the mean people go away. So I think I have my own room, which is pretty cool. But I kind of wanted to room with people, so it's kind of also not cool. But I don't know. It was a pretty good first day. I didn't even have to do a class, and then they gave us a bunch of food at where I live. It was this guy named Felix, and I didn't talk to him because he's a stranger. But he gave us food, and I ate the food, which is probably worse than talking to a stranger. But I was really hungry. And
You can talk to him. He came and actually asked for permission from your mother and myself.
oh, okay.
He wanted to
say
make
hi.
sure we were comfortable with the situation.
Sure. What are you working on? This looks new.
We're trying to figure some things out. Trying to figure out some of the resonating sounds and images based upon our escape. You seem a little agitated.
I'm just trying to see. He's
It's
just jumping up and down to try
Yeah.
to see over the table.
it's a little boring right now, Montgomery, but once I get it a little bit further along,
Okay.
don't tell your mother, but you know I'm going to want your input on it.
Sure. Yeah. Of course. It's important for.
That's
Form
my
of-
that's my lab assistant right there.
It's
He kind
important
of
for-
smiles very proudly.
Yeah.
And then your mother comes up and she says, well, I'm going to borrow your little lab assistant so you can go be the chef you're supposed to be and cook me dinner. And he kind of laughs and he kind of hums his way away. And she bends down and she says, Montgomery, I'm so happy you're home.
Me too. Made it. I did my first day all on my own.
You did. Congratulations.
It's pretty easy work for an Optimo Commando.
You've definitely exceeded expectations today.
I think so.
Did you find anything interesting about any of your fellow students or the
There's this-
layout of the school?
I only saw a little bit of school. They sort of wanted to walk me around. I got really focused on meeting people, and I met this really mean girl, and it was really funny because she thought she was really like big and scary because she had a knife, and I'm like, I've got a gun, lady. And so, but I didn't get to tell her that because they made her go away. And then I met a kid from Kronos.
We've had the chance to observe him, but not speak to him directly.
Okay.
Montgomery, can you do something for me
Sure,
as your commanding officer?
of course.
Avoid contact with that particular boy.
Oh, he hugged me a lot.
And that may occur, but limit that interaction. He is,
Big compromised.
I don't know yet,
Okay.
but I want to make sure if he is, we can limit that issue. We can contain it.
Sure. Yeah, it's going to be important. Well, the commander with a stretched out across space.
Exactly.
We gotta play smart.
We got to play smart. We have to be diligent,
Yeah, diligent and smart.
forever diligent.
I could do that.
Excellent. I knew you could. That's why you're my Optimus Commando.
Yeah. Cool. Are those new tools?
We are testing some new things out.
Like,
I know your father wants to make sure he's the one that shows them to you.
Sure. But he doesn't have to be. You could do it.
This part of our exploration is more his area of expertise. I've been working on something I would like to show you, though, Montgomery.
Yeah, I want to see it.
She walks into another room, and in that other room, there is a menagerie behind glass. And your mother is an engineer, but she's more into bioengineering. Whereas your father is more mechanical, um, weapons grade engineering. Your mother did a lot of experimental biological work.
Deal.
Can I show you something? And will you keep it for your eyes only?
Yeah, I won't tell. I won't tell anything.
She smiles and says, good. It's very fascinating.
That's it.
Behind the glass, there is a pile of clothing.
Just clothes. Laundry.
The clothes are some of yours, some of your father, and some of your mother's.
It's just laundry. Are you in cahoots with the girl from school?
No. Touch the glass. You walk up and touch the glass, and the clothing gets up. It's like there's nothing in it, but it's moving, and it reaches out with the hem of your shirt and touches the glass back.
They'll like do it so they touch fingers. Or,
When you do that, even through the glass, you get this very, very surreal feeling.
it feels weird. It feels weird.
I can't tell if it's alive or not. If it's sentient or if it's just some sort of residual energy from our travel. I will tell you, Monty, you can come here and watch this. But whenever I have exposed other life forms to it, it has, for lack of a better term, warned them.
Wait. You mean warn them? That doesn't make sense. Can't wear people.
It engulfs them as if it was being worn like clothing, but it steers the body. And it desperately attempted to communicate with us through a canine we put in there.
Oh, got a dog?
Well, the dog is over
You
there.
tell me you got a dog?
She points, and there's a dog inside of a glass container, just like looks blank, like shell shocked. It doesn't do anything when you beat on the glass. It doesn't even lick it, doesn't look scared, it just looks blank.
I broke the dog.
No, unfortunately, Montgomery, I think that is going to be the cost of experimentation in this. That's why I need you to be extremely careful in this room.
Okay. I'll stay on this side of the glass.
Do you understand your orders?
Dude.
Excellent.
He
She gives you a tiny salute back.
Taps the glass again to try to get it to feel weird again. And
It does.
you want to be friends?
As soon as you turn away, it kind of collapses down. It looks like it's in a setting position at first, and then it collapses into a pile again.
It's really cool.
It
It's
is.
really cool.
I've been talking to one of the instructors of this school who seems to have a very strong background in research in magic, I guess is what they call it here. And they're doing a little research for me because this is not an isolated phenomenon.
Really?
I think this is a living being, but I need to be sure.
Did you ask it if it's alive?
It isn't communicative. It doesn't have the communication skills to let us know currently. Hence the reason we allowed the dog in. But just even with the dog, it really couldn't get across what we needed to learn from it.
Oh. Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out pretty soon. You're really smart. You're like the best engineer on Cronus, so it'd be a cakewalk.
And you're the best Optimus on Cronus.
That's HB Optimus is the best Optimus, but I'm probably the best commander. So.
She smiles and she says, "Not to me. To me, you're the best Optimus."
Oh, thanks, Mom. My biggest
You're
fan.
welcome. Now, Commando, you need to prepare for dinner.
Okay, I just had like a lot of food. I had a feast for heroes. That's what they called it. It was like magic food.
At the very least, you will sit at the table and converse with your father.
Yeah, of course. I'll hang out.
That's an order.
Yeah. It's like my best friend.
So you head to the table and you have a very, very fun dinner that is more like a debriefing scenario than anything else. Then we go to Amulet, to the Sticky Fingers residence.
Sounds kind of gross when you say it like that.
So there's a little side house on your parents' new house, and when you're walking up, you see a tall, hair so light it could be white hair, sharpening a sword and working on something else. It appears on a forge. And you know this to be your Aunt Lydia.
Hi, Lydia.
Oh, you have to do better than that.
Hi, Auntie.
She goes, "Well, come give me a hug. It's been a long time."
She's tall, right?
She's a human, yes.
I run and I jump.
She catches you and kind of swings you around by your arms and then sits you down. Because
Whee!
there's going to come a point where you're going to be too heavy for me to do that.
But I won't be taller, so maybe.
Why do you think? And she pulls up the leg of her jerkin pants, and she's got a big leg brace on. You know, I got this from swinging your dad around,
Well,
and that was only like 10 years ago.
that's his fault. That's not mine.
You do know that's not true. Like you as Amulet know that's not true, but it's something that your dad and her say all the time. She whistles, and out of the corner of this little forge area, forming out of shadow, are 3 mastiffs that are literally shadow.
You brought him with.
Well, I couldn't leave them. In the Shadowfell, and they just mob you. You're getting. It's weird because when you get licked by these things, it's like being too close to a campfire. So you almost kind of have to cough, but they're also like the warmth of the coziest bed you've ever been in, like in the middle of winter. There's just something about it that is extremely, what's the word I'm looking for here? Extremely homey. Your sister is out hanging laundry. And one thing you notice very early is when you walk by is none of this is your sister's laundry.
Oh. Is it tall people laundry?
Well, you know, I just saw it there and I thought I'd help a little bit with it. So I just kind of grabbed it and I washed it. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
Is it Krellis's laundry?
No.
Does it look like? Okay.
No. So one thing you know about your sister Daisy is she's very shy, except when it comes to taking things. Then she's incredibly bold. But she's very quiet. She talks.
She's
like that.
borrowing it.
Yeah, I'm just cleaning it for these people. I mean, maybe I'll take it back. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe when it gets dirty, I'll just return it.
Doing a good deed.
Yeah. Wow, look at you. I wish I could go to school, but I guess I was stuck here and do these laundry with other people. I don't know.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm sure like when you get a little bit older, you could join us.
You're only 2 years older than me, Amulet.
Well, then maybe we should see if we can get you in the school.
Mom said no.
Why not?
You hear the footsteps of your mother behind you in the grass, and she says, because one daughter putting herself in harm's way all the time for no reason is enough.
I'm okay.
She reaches over you and hugs you really tight. She's like, I know you are. But I'm not sticking Daisy's hand into the fire as well. Not yet. Have you talked to your father?
I just got here.
Well, you better catch him soon. He's in one of those moods.
Is it going somewhere?
Oh, he thinks he is.
Where's it going?
Oh, he's got grand ideas.
Sounds like fun.
Inside your house, the new house, one of the rooms is kind of looks like it was like a study at one point. And inside it now are all of these drawings of the northeast part of liminal space. Valley is kept. And all the little land mass paths to it. And your dad is kind of walking the room. He's banging a piece of charcoal against his chin. He's got almost like, it looks like a starting of a 5 o'clock shadow on his chin from doing this. And he's like, and he keeps drawing different pathways. And he has no idea you're there.
I run behind him. I jump on his back.
He goes, oh, there she is. Thinking too fast for your old man, huh?
I beat you, old man. I got you.
He goes, oh, my old injury. This is all Lydia's fault. And he falls down. He's like looking at you with one eye to see if you're going to buy it. And if you buy it, as soon as you do, he trips you with his hoop hack. He's like, oh, I still got it.
Get you one day. I'm gonna win one day.
You know when you'll win? When I finally wander so far away you can't find me.
Nah. You're gonna get old one day and slow.
You wish. So he goes, okay, look at this. And he's pointing out all these different roads and these kind of pathways. He says, you've been here a little longer than we have, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? I mean, we can all see it. It's just like screaming like, here I am, come and look at me. There's probably cool stuff inside.
I mean, it's kind of all dangerous, really.
Is it?
I've run into a lot of dangerous stuff right now. It's real fun though.
Who do you thought put the D in danger? It's your dad. That's him.
Danger, Dad.
That's right. I still got it. No, I'm serious, Amulet. Look at that. You can't tell me. I like this place. It's really neat. I mean, they give us this house and everything, and I mean, I would have liked to have been in town, but whatever. Lydia said it's because everyone's afraid that their purse strings are too short. Whatever that means, right?
I don't know.
But you put me in a house, not my choice. I'd even fine if they gave us a wagon and let us drive around everywhere. But then you put this thing over here that I can see, but I can't touch. Come on. Help your dear old dad out.
What do you want me to do?
Well, you live at that big fancy school there. Don't they have a library?
Probably
You
have
were-
probably more than one.
From my understanding, you've been here since day one or day one-ish, something like that.
Yeah, I can tell you where all the good food carts are.
That's great, sweetie. It really is. But what's in there? Like, what's in there? What are they hiding in there?
So I even have an idea. Do I honestly like
Yeah, you know that's where Valia is kept. That's why it's called Valia's Kept instead of Valia's
Oh.
Keep.
Belly is kept.
Is it a dragon? Because back in Crimea, dragons like everywhere. We were lousy with them,
I've met dragons.
right? So have I.
No, like since I went away, I've met dragons
I have no doubt you
on my
have.
own.
Did
I
you know
can-
your mom? Did you know your mom one time rode all the way from Brookside to Shady Hill on the back of a copper dragon? And when she was done, he even let her. He loaned her a scale. I think she still has it. He starts rummaging through a box of stuff. Ah ha ha! And that's just your mom. She doesn't even know all the things I've gotten up to.
I think I got killed by a. No, maybe it was a brass dragon.
I'm sorry, you said what?
No, I mean I just fell off a dragon the other day, but everything's okay.
That's
You
my,
know us. We always land on our feet. Like
that's my girl. He smiles real big.
I can speak dragon now, and I speak some draconian.
He gets a really weird look on his face when you do that.
It
Make
probably
me-
sounds really harsh.
Make me an insight check.
Oh, that's only okay. That would be a 10.
Make me a history check at disadvantage.
Oh boy. That's a 10 as well.
You all of a sudden remember that on Kryn there's these things called draconians, and that your parents were both around during this thing called the War of the Lance.
Mm-hmm.
And your dad goes, "I'm really proud of you, Amulet, but don't ever speak that way in my house again. And never do it in front of your mother."
Oh, I thought you'd like that I could talk to dragons now.
I do, and I'm very proud of you, but don't do that. And then you hear
Okay.
your mother yell.
Like happy yell, sad yell, scared yell.
Not scared, but kind of like aggravated.
I'll go see what's up. She's still outside.
Mm-hmm.
I go outside.
Amulet, Janine, Sticky Fingers, you come here right now.
Oh shoot! I go
What-
outside.
What is that? And she points down a little ways to where Lydia's kind of portion of the house is, and you see Dresk talking to Lydia.
It
I don't want you running around with Draconians. Nothing good comes of Draconians.
he's a dragon. He works.
He looks like a Draconian to me.
Well, I mean, I don't know. He's been a dragon. He works for a lady who I kind of am working with. She wants to be my mentor. He's like,
How come you've not brought this lady to dinner? How come we haven't met her?
Oh, 'cause I don't know. She doesn't stick around very long. She talks, and then she goes
Well,
away before I can talk
No
to
one
her.
is going to be the apple of my eye's mentor until she comes and talks to your father and I.
I mean, I'll let her know.
No, you will formally invite her
Oh. Sunday dinner?
Sunday dinner.
Okay. If I if I don't see her though.
You find her. You're good at finding things, Amulet.
That's true. That's
You
true.
always have.
I'll find her.
Just
I'll
like you
find her.
found that middle name.
I didn't. Did not.
You did. Remember, you stole it. At least that's what Janine said.
I mean, no.
I prefer to think it's a great homage. Dress comes walking up the road, kind of kicking a little bit of dirt and grass. And he says, "She wants to see you."
Oh, good. I'm supposed to invite her to Sunday dinner. So it's perfect. I don't have to go find her now.
He smiles, the biggest, toothiest grin. Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
He looks at your mom and he just smiles and he says, "Delightful."
I don't know if you're invited.
"I'm wounded."
I can I mean, do you want me to ask?
She's standing right there.
Paul, no one's going to say no to your face if it's not cool.
"Do you want me to turn around?"
Yeah, turn around.
He kind of sighs and he turns around. Your mom goes, "Amulet, Janine, Sticky Fingers, why did you put her on a spot like that?"
But he wants to come and I
Also, I've met Draconians and he's much nicer than Draconians I've met.
I mean, he's cool.
He didn't even try to burn down the house.
I haven't seen him do that yet. I don't think. No. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. He's trying to teach me things. It's cool.
Well, I suppose.
Mom said you could come.
Oh, hooray. She's not going to be very patient about all this.
What? Coming to Sunday dinner?
She's waiting on you.
Oh. Do you think she'll come to Sunday dinner though?
I don't know. I'm not her keeper.
Okay. Well, you
He
gotta help me convince her.
He puts his hand out to you.
Okay.
And he slings you onto his back and he turns into a dragon and flies.
Cool.
And your sister, you can hear the loudest you've heard her speak in years, goes, "This is bullshit." As she's taking the laundry down. All right. Back to the dormitory. Monty, you go to your room and Krellis is in there.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is my room.
No,
Yep.
it's
Nope,
my
it's my
room.
room. No,
I allow you to stay here.
They gave me the room. They took you away.
Listen, kid,
What?
we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way.
But the easy way just means that I'm like your servant, and that's stupid. I don't want to do that.
I had a talk with people, and that's apparently frowned upon.
Yeah, it's like not a
So-
thing you do to people.
So, the easy way is I hope you can become a better student and you get to the tougher end, whatever. Or the hard way is I stop being overt and I start being devious about things. And believe me, she smiles a big fanged tooth grin and says, "You do not want me to be devious."
Yeah, I mean, we can do it the easy way.
Okay,
Right.
well, first things first. This is my stuff. She points to a big piles of stuff over there
Okay, I don't want your
in
stuff.
the corner.
I have stuff.
This, and she picks up a bag and sticks her whole arm inside of it, is my special bag. It's got all these things she's sewn onto it.
Okay.
Monty,
Yeah.
have you ever heard of the Bagman?
No. What's the bag then?
Oh, buddy. She says, "Sit down." She lights a candle and puts it in between both of you. So this bag, it goes to another place. That's where I store my stuff.
Okay.
But there's a lot of bags like this all over the place.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
So the Bagman, he's this coward who, in the middle of a fight, when his friends were all dying and getting decapitated and nothing in front of him, he thought, "Oh, I'm going to get away. and he dove inside his bag. Do you know what happened to him?
I don't know. No,
He got
he didn't
stuck.
fit in there. He got stuck in the bag.
And he got stretched out into this thing called the Bag Man.
Okay. So
So the Bag Man, he can crawl out of any bag. And he's looking to take people back with him. They don't know what he does. He just takes them. And whenever he does, he leaves something behind, usually something pretty good. My great uncle Beckley had this bag, and
okay.
his second son, Turk, disappeared.
Into the bag.
The Bag Man got him.
What? That's crazy.
And my uncle got this horn, this amazing horn where you could call a horde of Vikings with it. And they would do his bidding. But, you know, my cousin was gone. He never came back. Bagman got him.
Let's see.
So
I'll believe.
you have to be careful around this bag. You must never look in the bag and say, actually, come here. And she grabs your hand and takes you out in the hallway. You can never look in the bag and say, follow my voice 3 times.
Okay. I wouldn't do that anyway because it's your bag. I wouldn't touch your bag. Also, I don't think you should have left a candle burning unattended in our room at like burning.
She takes you back in. See, candle's fine. Make me a perception check.
22.
The bag is moved. It is not where it was.
What? Your bag moved.
No,
Bag man in there.
you're,
Bag man in there.
you're matching things.
No, there's bag man in there. He like draws his blunderbuss.
Put
No.
put your fancy crossbow away.
It's not a crossbow. It's a gun. It's better than your knife. This. It moved.
That's the knife I use to trim my nails. And she kind of looks over, and there's a humongous battle axe on the wall.
Okay, that's pretty good. But
It
your
is
bag,
pretty good.
it moved. Your bag moved.
Come on, I'm just
It
joking.
moved. It's not there. It's where.
What I'm trying to
it's
tell
somewhere else.
you, what I'm trying to tell you, Monty, is just don't get digging in my stuff, okay?
I wasn't going to.
You're a
But
kid.
your bag moved. It's
Kids-
alive. It's
and
gonna
kids
eat us.
dig. Also, if I ever tie one of these, and she pulls out this long ribbon of cloth around the door handle, go find somewhere else to sleep
Why?
because I'll be busy.
So? Like we were rooming in the same place. We're both busy. And with
Says-
school, we're gonna be busy all the time.
She looks at you, she gets down at your level, and she says, "Here." And she takes a sock and hands it to you, and she says, "If you ever need the room to yourself for a little bit of time, you put this on the door.
Okay.
Deal?"
Sure.
So what do we learn? Don't touch my stuff.
Your bag's alive. And I'm gonna
Never
shoot.
say things into the bag. And if those are either of those are on the door handle, we just don't come in, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Why did you have so
Do you
much
have
stuff?
any? Do you have any rules you want to add? Good. No. Perfect.
Don't touch
Excellent.
my
This
stuff
is going
either.
to work really well. I feel good about this working relationship.
Okay, but your bag, you should put it somewhere safe. You should put your bag in another bag.
It's fine where it is. She blows the candle out, and it's pitch dark in there, and she jumps into bed. Night, Monty.
These clothes are glowing.
As your clothes are glowing, make me a insight check.
Come on, Monty. Aw, buddy, that's a natural 1. For a 1. He's 9.
The bag is ominously black, as if It's a hole to nothing that is chilling you to your very soul. Speaking of souls, let's go to Bitopia.
Switch gears. Okay.
Akko turns
See.
around, and Skitch has a little knife in his back, and then he goes, "Ah, I fool you." He twirls the knife and slides it back into his
Yeah.
belt.
Medium dog.
Yes.
Medium dog.
Look at you. Look at you, all dead.
He picks Skitch up and is hugging him way too hard.
He's hugging you back as hard as he can.
How you get here?
Well,
Took really long to climb. You bad at
Skitch,
climbing.
he die in big fight.
Yeah.
Skitch really have nowhere else to go. He remember talking to peoples about this place. So when Skitch Soul go to the sorting place, he say, "Oh, go Skitch, go there." And
Oh.
for whatever reason, they send Skitch here.
Oh, makes sense.
There are a lot of opportunities in Afterlife.
You should find Kelrel. He really mad you not there.
Shh, we don't talk about him. He
Really
can
mad
hear.
though. Really mad
Well,
though.
that was his fault. He maybe should not try to make Skitch undead slave.
It's true.
Skitch like Kellerel Vile, but not like that. Not like Forever Friend.
Sure, not forever.
Not like the big dog. He kind of fake punches you in the stomach.
He fake punches back, but it probably hurts because he's really strong.
Oh, so rude. This be Skitch new patron NG. This snake is massive. It is, you think if it was completely wound up, it'd be the size of a city. It's throughout all these tunnels, and its big Naga head lazily looks up at you.
Hello.
Hello.
That go no sketch from week ago.
My little bird says you can get me back to the prime material plane.
Probably.
That sounds delightful.
Okay.
I think maybe you and I are going to become very, very good friends. And when she says that, she opens her mouth. You can see her massive tongue kind of dart in and out. But the thing you see that actually makes you feel very uncomfortable are the rows and rows and rows of venomous fangs when she smiles. Last but not least, we head to Storm Song. You have never, ever in your entire lifetime felt this ache. You feel like your inside is trying to devour itself. There's such an absence of sustenance, both physically, mentally, and emotionally, that you are in pain from this. It's not even a need. It's not a want. It is a desperate longing.
Something is wrong. Something's really, really wrong. Oh my god. Magnar,
Yes.
you don't feel like this all the time, do you?
Well, not as much as I used to. But now I have someone to share it with. And all we need to do to make it go away is just satiate it.
Okay. How do you do that? What do you eat? Like some Pop-Tarts or something?
You can feel the outside of your carapace bow up into a smile that literally reaches the ends of your eyes. And your mouth is just this slavering maw. And he points past the little two-way mirror and he goes tap, 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 tap. Now, I don't think, third best friend, that we should outdo those guys because they're just being, re-educated or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And they can be saved. But this is the beautiful thing about the situation we're in, is there's a lot of people involved in this who deserve nothing from us except for an excruciating final meal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like
And,
like
and
Ragesh.
not even Ragesh. Think about all the people that have helped him get where he is and keep him there and keep Leona from us. They're hiding her from us. And you heard what he said. He's keeping her in a perpetual state. She's burning up. If we don't find where she is, there won't be anything left to find.
What are you saying? What are you saying? Are you saying she's gonna be dead? She can't be dead. There's no way she can be dead. She's the most powerful archmage on this planet.
We're going to find her before then. But we need to find someone who is pliable enough to tell us with the right motivation. And we can kill two birds with one stone. We can eat and get our information. It's all about efficiency. You're an efficient person. That's why we're friends. Make me a insight check.
14. Wow, I'm really consistent with those mid-range numbers tonight. What the heck?
At the end of every one of this more mellow, focused statements by Magnar, there is a tinge of a faraway pleading scream of no. It's so faint you think you might be imagining it.
No.
Or that it's you. You're not sure anymore.
But it's a no.
You know what that no is, Charity? I hear it too. Do you know what it is?
Someone trying to fight you.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It is, unfortunately, the part of both of us, that tiny kernel of unfailable morality. And it is trying to hold on to its process in the middle of a world that doesn't care about it anymore.
No,
If
you're
we-
wrong.
If we follow that,
No.
then Leona, she'll die. Because
She won't die. She
because
won't
we
die. She
won't be-
won't die because she can't.
You would know better than I would.
I would know better than you would. She can't die. She won't let that happen.
Make me a con saving throw.
Oh, God. 16.
You expend so much emotional energy expressing this that it feels like someone has cut your legs out from underneath you, both literally and figuratively, as you lie on the floor and your shell is gone. Lying beside you on their back is a 2-inch tall Mr. Magnar, panting like he's dying.
I can't be that. I can be a lot of things, but I can't be that.
He rolls over, he sits up, and you get a good look at him because you're used to looking at his tiny form, and he looks like death. And he says, "That was not what I wanted. I tried. I asked. I thought it. I thought I fixed it. I will never be anything more than what I was. I thought I figured it out. I'm really sorry." And he kind of rolls away onto his side, away from you, kind of in the fetal position.
There's got to be a way for us to both get what we need.
You hear Magnar's kind of shaking, like almost convulsing, like you think he's crying. And then you hear that voice change. You hear, "There is. And because you're my third best friend, I'm going to spare you that moral uncertainty, Charity." And Mr. Magnar gets up and walks under the door, out of the smile room, to you don't know where.
No. No. Come back here. Come back here.
A few minutes later, you hear a scream that is quickly muffled, but you have a pretty good idea that something absolutely horrific has just occurred. And that's where we're going to wrap it up. Woo! So please go around the table. Tell everybody where they can find you.
I'm Shannon Townsend, and I
Who'd you
hate
be with?
you. I hate you.
Oh my god. If he hurts Leona, she's going to hunt him down to the ends of every earth that exists. Doctor Strange won't be able to save his ass. Anywho, I'm Shannon. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Tangled Adventurer. Come find out all sorts of crazy stuff. You can also find me every other Thursday night right here where I'm sitting in the hot seat right over there. I don't know where. I think you're there on the Twitch stream, there, wherever, in the DM chair for the Love Lost Chronicles, which is a D&D 5e adventure set in Faerun, but not the Faerun that you probably know, because it's real messed up. There might be grilled cheeses. That's all you need to know. So same bat time, same bat channel, 7 p.m. Central, Thursday night. Come join us right here on Known World United.
All right. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at CubileZombie. You can also find me on this very channel tomorrow night playing a lovely little owl and wizard boy in Drakeland Falls.
Cassandra, you can't find me anywhere but here every 2 weeks. So if you miss me, you gotta come back.
I'm Worrier. You can find me at WorrierMN on the socials. You can also find me tomorrow for Drakeland Falls, where I don't play a little Alvin boy. I play a very chill minotaur. Additionally, you can find me from time to time at twitch.tv/WorrierMN, where I play some Apex Legends, some Red Dead Online, and other random stuff, because I haven't worked out a schedule yet, but I'll probably be around Thursday or Friday. So,
Weren't you busting out some Destiny?
I played a little bit of Destiny. It's really boring to stream. It's really hard to narrate. It's so grindy. Like Apex moves a lot faster, but I don't know. We'll see. Additionally, when I'm not here, you can find me on the FreeForge Discord, which is at freeforge.com. If you're curious about some of the shows, there are a few shows debuting in August. And additionally, the season finale of Stay Alive is Wednesday at 7:30 Central Time. So tune in to find out who lives and who dies. It'll probably be a lot of people.
I'm your King Ginger. I will be doing a War in the Stars recording on Wednesday. The trilogy that has now become a 5-parter.
Unless we all die.
I swear to God, Beard is sandbagging this. So
You can't
hard.
call it a trilogy anymore. It's done. It's not a trilogy. Not even close.
Quintology? Is that what it would be called?
Sure.
You can't kill
Ongoing
me. I
Star
got
Wars
backup
campaign.
now.
Yeah, you do have backup. You do have some serious backup. Thursday is Level Up Chronicles. Friday, Bad at Games. I don't know if we're going to be doing more dino Minecrafting and getting yeeted by ankylosauruses or not.
So many. So there's a mod on it where there's a beam of light every time they die. Every time I go check in on Ben, so many beams of light just everywhere from all of them. Just
Today, I got killed 6 times consecutive by a Brachiosaurus. Who I wasn't even bothering him. He just decided to destroy me, and then he just camped out over my stuff.
I mean, clearly you were bothering him.
I literally had to dig underneath him through this lake and break my stuff and get it back and not drown. I was so mad. So then, once that happened, I made some punji sticks and made some arrows, and I killed that son of a bitch. Which also upset the rest of his herd, but we're not going to get into that.
And if that sounds interesting to you, check out like episode, I don't know, probably like 22 through 24 of Down and Out.
Yeah, no kidding. Sunday is prep school. We are prepping this week let me grab my calendar so I know. We are prepping for Down Outlands. Which should be good. We'll probably also do some more Hard Times 1987 prepping. As for upcoming things, middle of August, I'm going to start my monthly off Monday game of Chaos Scar. It's once a month. It's a rotating players, so anybody who wants to play is welcome to play. It is a job-based, location-based game. So you could play one character one time and then play again in 4 months and play a different character. I do not care as long as we're all there having fun. And then after War in the Stars ends, I know I owe some people another Star War. I'm also working on a Monster Hearts miniseries, a Hellboy 5e miniseries, a Crush the Rebellion miniseries, which is Star Wars as well, except for you're playing the Imperials, and a couple other things in the works, as well as a return to our Bad Supervillains game, and we're moving that to Capers as the system because, Powered by the Apocalypse is kind of my go-to. On top of that, if anyone's interested,
anywhere.
On top of anyone's interested, I would like to run a year-long challenge with at least 3 other DMs. We would be using the Pulp and Noir system, which is based off of Lasers and Feelings, and we'll be using it in the Eberron setting, and each DM would get a session and leave it on a cliffhanger for the next DM to pick up. We would have the same players, different DMs for every session. The idea is to put the other DMs in really, really crazy places to work their imagination to putting the wonderful adventurers into a spot where they can be successful. Other than that, yeah, I got a lot of stuff apparently going on. Be here in 2 weeks. Yeah, more school hijinks. There might be a Bagman. There might not. You don't know. Charity's got some crazy stuff happening. Savannah is trying to do an intervention. Monty is delightful. Amulet's got a Sunday dinner to set up. And Twig's all kinds of messed up business to handle. All right. Bye.